All right, let's make a boat fillet table. All right, we're gonna make a homemade cutting board for the boat. All right, made a bracket out of aluminum, or aluminum, however you say it, with an extreme max 45 degree that I picked up on Marketplace. All right, I got the pedestal completed. Romy's trying to hide in the background. Pedestal complete. All right, so I cut a little slab off to make it, give it a little border. This part would be a lot easier if you had like a bandsaw or something. It was a little hard with me. I had to do a lot of filing here just to get it right. All right, the back of the cutting board is installed, and I did it by making holes. All right, the back's on, and now I've made the side pieces. They're a different color, but they came from another cutting board. But good old trusty rigid saw. All right, I'm actually so proud of this thing. The turnout of the board is crazy. Check this out. This is insane. It's one of the nicest DIYs I've done to this date, I think. So look at the craftsmanship in this board. It looks like a store-bought one. Check this out. Stainless steel screws. And look at that, it's just perfect. This is insane. This is gonna work so well. All right, so I went over to Preston Hardware, got some stuff, got our countersink bit, got some hardware, and they hooked me up with a sweet little hat. Check them out, they're pretty awesome over there. All right, now to put in these bolts. They've lined up pretty well. All right, so I got the nuts and bolts all set up. Look how they are. They're flush here. Flush like in the bit, but anyway, that's how I want them. And then next up. All right, this is the mount that goes on the bottom. See the little space that's in there? It's about 1 inch and 1/8 of an inch. So I'm gonna get a piece of plastic and fill that in and then put something to dampen the blow so it doesn't shake a lot. All right, so now I've cut out a piece here. So I'm gonna drill some holes so it lines up with those bolts. I'm gonna put a damper in between and then another piece on top. All right, so I put a little bit of alien tape on there and I'm gonna put it on with the holes there, line it up. All right, try to tape the other piece. So I put a piece in the middle so I can kind of pivot a bit if it needs to, but it should stay stuck. All right, still need a little bit more clearance. So we're gonna use some foam now for the dampener. All right, makeshift cushion. Now we're gonna line it up here. I hope that's enough clearance. We will know in just one moment here. All right, so it looks like they fit pretty perfect. It's not shaking, it's mounted. It's easy to take on and off. It's a little bit on the heavy side, but that just means that it's gonna be sturdy. I hope you enjoyed this DIY. I'm pretty proud of this. This is one of my best work to this day, I would say. Keep an eye out for future videos where I actually use this on the water and I'll show you how it works well.